My good friend.
Oh, you said read.
Yeah.
My bad.
How have you been?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I was bummed out last week that we couldn't. We missed the podcast, but it was for like reasons out of our control.
Something we can't control, but
beyond our control. But we're back now.
That was the first Saturday. It felt like so weird. Something just didn't feel right. Something felt missing. But
you know that Narcos meme where Pablo Escobar is just sitting in like the empty pool, and then he's sitting on his patio. That was me last Saturday, just sitting around because I had no internet, I had nothing.
Yeah, no, but we're here now, so that's all that matters. How was your week? How was your New Year's, holiday, Christmas?
At Christmas, I kind of took like just a relaxing approach, not like a vacation, but I was like, well, I'm not going to stream on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Just spend time, relax, work on a little bit of content like off stream, and just chill. And that's what I did. I was in everybody else's streams. Like I was in Kylo's stream, Director Chronics, but was yours on Christmas Eve. That was a big day for you.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's the route I took, and I think it was needed because now I'm back at it. I'm like rejuvenated.
You have a lot of stuff planned for this upcoming week as well.
Yeah, these next 2 months actually, I can't get into the details except that the Revenites know about the lower levels, and it's going to like encompass the lower levels. So I think they're excited for it, and so am I. So we'll see.
And we finally turned you to the dark side, and you are now on PC with mods. So
I have to give a shout out when they're due. I've been stressing over these mods. Like I wanted them so bad. We have literally all the Knights of the Republic characters are on these mods. So I've been talking to you guys, and it's like I'll just get a PC, but every place is sold out. Well, my buddy Nevitt was like, hey man, I have a computer. My internet's trash. I can't use it. You can use my computer. So he lent me his computer. And then literally like 2 days later, I got my hands on one of these beasts right here.
Oh my God. I know you sent them to me. You sent me that picture and I kind of lost it. I was like, oh my God. Because I remember like the excitement that you get from like when I first built my PC like a few months ago, and it was like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, man, it was. So I'm still using his computer because I still need everything else. But I got the heart and the brains of the PC sitting right beside me. So we're good there.
Yeah.
But I made the debut on the mods on PC on the 1st, and it was awesome. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
And I joined you for games. I think it was your second game. Well, your second game on PC, my first game with you. And we already got a 35-0.
Just ran the 35-0. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy how – and another thing is we don't communicate. Like if I'm streaming or you're streaming, you're focused on your chat. You're focused on the game, but you're focused on the chat. You don't communicate with your teammates. Yeah. But you've played the game enough to where you know how to stick with your teammates without even communicating with them, which is really cool to see.
Every 35-0 I've had has never been with voice chat, so that's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's been cool.
I know Battlefront 2, it is competitive, but it's not like super competitive. I wonder how good a team could really be with flawless teamwork, with communication, like knowing the spawns, knowing how to trap the enemy team, coordinating, if you had Vader and you paired him up with Iden, or something like that, that'd be really insane to see how far a team could go.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I could say that like every single day of the new year. So every single day in 2021, I've had a 35-0 because last night because our good friend Chronic finished his stream and then went into Boba Fett's stream, we had a 35-0 for the first game. So every single day of 2021, I'm going to aim for a 35-0. It's going to be hard. 365 of those games in 1 year. It's going to be kind of hard, but
that's a reasonable goal, though. It gives you something to work for every time you start the stream up.
Yeah. Are you going to transition with Xbox days? Because people are saying that you're going to love the mods too much, just like me, and barely never go to Xbox.
Well, until I can get my levels up on PC, I really need to stick to PC. But once I start getting it to where everything's kind of, on an even playing field, I'm only going to play on PC on double or triple experience days. Which that's plenty. You got Tuesday night, Wednesday, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. So that'll leave Xbox for Monday, Tuesday afternoon, Thursday and Friday afternoon. So
well, that's what I said. That's what I said, and it just did not end up happening like that because you're gonna look at the mods and then you're gonna miss the mods and you're gonna play as Kylo Ren and you're gonna be like, oh my god, why am I playing as Kylo Ren when this could be Revan? No, but on a serious note, though,
Right,
I mean, for me personally, it's like the mods keep the game alive. It keeps the game fresh. It's like having new content every single day. The reason why I love incorporating those Xbox days, to play on Xbox, is to, because the community, like obviously the community, a lot of the community is on different platforms. We're not all on the same platforms. Now, if this game was cross-platform, it would be like it would fix every single issue in the book. But sadly, that's not a thing. So it's good to incorporate those days to like have everyone a chance to play and to get cool games together. And it's actually really, really fun, and it makes up for the loss of mods.
Right. Yeah. When I was doing my max run for Aiden, I had a group of Xbox teammates, friends that watched me consistently on streams who would join in just so no one else would pick Aiden. They pretty much helped me get the max character. And I feel like in a way I'm leaving them behind on Xbox, and that's why I'm going to make sure I do Xbox days. And if especially on days that they want to play, like, hey man, I want to run games. Okay, we'll just hop on Xbox. I got, I'm not throwing the Xbox in the trash once the new computer is built, so it'll still be there. And is it a fool's dream to think that cross play could happen? It probably is, but there will be a new Star Wars game in the future where we can all play together. I truly believe that. I mean, look at Squadrons, but it's not the game we were looking for. But it has every competitive and community thing that you want inside of that game, so they can do it.
Custom lobbies, cross-platform. Their matchmaking isn't as good. Like, it's not as good. Just like how Battlefront 2 is, the matchmaking isn't all that. But like from a standpoint of the custom lobbies and being able to play with everybody against your against people within your community, it's way easier, and it's amazing what they've done. And they constantly are making updates. They didn't just give up on the game. They're constantly working on new things for it, which is really cool to see. One of my goals for this year, actually, it's not even a goal. I actually kind of see it as a reality, and I'm aiming for within the next month or so, I want to get either PS4/PS5. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, just to incorporate, those type of days and stuff like that. Just because I know there's so many people on PS4 and stuff like that. But like my main priority is obviously investing back into the PC, just like how you are. And it's PC is a whole nother. It's just a whole nother.
It really is. Like the PC for people like me and you who we call ourselves content creators. This thing that's right beside me is my everything. It has
very powerful.
It has every single Star Wars quick clip inside of the memory. It has all the screenshots of gameplay. It's got all the Couture gameplay through it. So it's the workhorse. So when you invest in a PC, which I recommend anybody to do, you're literally buying a battle station for your content.
Yeah, exactly. And you are doing what you love with it. You have mods now. Not only that, your variety of games can be switched up. You can change variety of games you can play. Obviously, you're going to be, Halo will be on Xbox, of course. But, I used to stream from an iMac. The iMac had a lot of issues in terms of, like, being able to read audio and decode a lot of things, and wasn't really the best route. So I knew I had to get rid of it, sadly. It's great for editing, stuff like that. But you find these improvements, and you just always look for rooms to improve the stream and everything. So it's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, when the PC, because I didn't want to. It's my buddy's PC. I didn't want to like download all this garbage, so to say, on his computer when he gets it back. So I have to delete. So when I get the new PC, we're gonna do new transitions. We're gonna switch up to stream elements and things like that, just to get the chat a little bit more into the stream as I can. Besides me just communicating with them, because sometimes especially in a competitive game, I might not be able to chat as much as I want. Then they can just sit there and gamble Revenite tokens.
Like garbage? Do you mean like the George Lucas mod?
Yeah. One of the best mods. I wish we could just pull it up right now, but the
modding community is really strong, and they're working on like so much right now. I was actually showing you. I can pull it up again. I can show you. I was actually showing you right before our broadcast here what the mods that are currently being worked on, like this one right here, the Ahsoka Mandalorian one, which is going to be like game changing. I mean, if you look at, I mean, they've already made a few Ahsoka ones. They have her rebels. Now they just added the dual sabers that they're going to keep making updates to. But this one right here, the Mandalorian one, with her possibly having Mandalorian voice lines as well, that'll be awesome. And I'm sure the more Star Wars content we get this year, it'll be more and more. Bad Batch, you name it, all that good stuff.
Yeah. With the one I've been using, everybody knows I'm a Revan fan, but the HK-47 one is like almost too good to be true. It looks perfect. Yeah. He does the voice mods on there. Mm-hmm. And then every 2 to 3 minutes, he will say, statement master. There are like meat bags in this room, and it's perfect. And it's almost like, you know, the modders should just be sold the game, and then we could have the game we wanted, because they could. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long it takes to make one of those character skins, but if they were being paid and it was their full-time job, I imagine they could have a new character done within a week. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
If they were really pushing for it.
That's what I'm saying. And they do this all for free. They just do this because of their love for the game. Look at this one right here. This is another one. Rogue Trooper. Like this right here. Like these are just like, you know, like things that it's like having new content, and it really keeps the game alive. This one is one that I just added recently that I'll be streaming with tomorrow for the time that we're on PC. You had this on your stream the other day. The Mandalorian, the Armorer mod, which is awesome. Their voice lines aren't there yet, but besides that, the whole mod is basically there and ready to go.
I guess something happened to mine because Anakin was still talking, and then on Mr. Boba Fett's stream, it was Phasma talking. So we were like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, and then let me see what else they have. I mean, there's so many. They add up to this every day. Oh, the Bears Offrey one was another cool one. They recently just added this one. This one I messed around with just a little bit. That one was sick. And it's just like, again, just having new content. Really, I mean, this is just all the Battlefront 2 community. I mean, they come out with the goofy ones, you know, Pink Vader, you know, like just name all of it. And like, it's really, I'm very happy I mean, this is a new loading screen.
Oh, no.
You can download a new loading screen. It's like,
Catherine, if you're seeing this, don't take us down.
Oh, Tusken Raider. And I told you this, like what we do in our Discord server, we upload through the Battlefront 2 modding community Discord, and all the updates just come through the Battlefront 2 channel, which is really cool. So I'm really excited, and I'm really excited now that you're on PC. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this together, and we're going to definitely be playing like basically every day on the road to max and all that good stuff.
And I'll be honest, man, when I was switching over, I was like, how good can they be? You know, because Twitch always takes the quality of what you're looking at home and it downgrades it. So I was like, do they really look that good? And then, but man, I took those screenshots and I posted them up on Instagram of Revan and HK-47. They look like it's a 2021 game, like a brand new Star Wars game. So, man, it just makes me want Battlefront 3 so bad, you know. But it is what it is. So,
that's amazing.
You had something really big happen in your stream about a week ago. Let's talk about that. So, you know what I'm saying? You were the person that's Rosario, but you had Ashley X on up here. What was
saying Merry Christmas to our community? Yeah, that was something really special that I really wanted that I've been thinking about for a long time, that I just never really like wrapped it around like to actually do it. And that was something that was really well planned. And I actually came to you first because you actually met her in person before, and you had a lot of good experience in that field. So I remember I messaged you at like 4 a.m. asking your opinion on everything and like how you feel about it, and like what your experience were with her as a person, just as a person. And I always admired her as a person. I always looked up to her as a role model, but like I wanted to do something about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously you and I spoke, and they have this wonderful, wonderful application called Cameo, in which you can, your idols, your celebrities, anyone, you can make a service for them to do that. And a lot of them, like a lot of the different celebrities, they will speak for probably like, I don't know, like a minute tops, a minute straight. Like
tops.
You have a 250 word limit. You really can't expand so much on it, on what you want to say. You can just tell the person who you are and who this gift is for and what it means to you. And in 250 words, I explained to her what this amazing community means to myself and everyone, and how close we all are. And she spoke for about 4 to 5 minutes straight, just speaking about, Merry Christmas, of course, and Happy Holidays, but also about her personal stories and how she, her famous lines that from Clone Wars and from Star Wars in general, and how strong she is and how strong we all need to be during a time like this, and she really went on. And it was, I mean, when I saw it for the first time, when I opened it, because there was a little issue with it, because it didn't get uploaded to the site. It was like a private thing, which was really weird, unusual for me, which is kind of cool though, because it means we're the only people who saw it.
Yeah.
No one could just pull it up and see it. And I broke down when I saw it. It was the most amazing thing ever, and it was beautiful. And she's wonderful. She's a wonderful human being. She has a heart of gold, and she is absolutely amazing. And what she did, I will never forget that for the rest of my life. It was absolutely amazing.
It was one of the coolest things as a Star Wars fan to get to witness from the beginning to the end. And like I said, I in my head I was like, I've seen these things before. Me and UT Toy Fan, we've come across them during our time in the autograph world. They're normally what you said, 30 seconds to a minute long. But deep down, I knew like Ashley's not. If she has something to say and she appreciates the fans, like she appreciates every single one of her fans, I knew it was going to be something cool, and that even blew my expectations away. So my little story is, we were in line to get her autograph. This is the time I met her at Star Wars Celebration, and there was, it's very vague. I can't remember who it was, but they were getting a voicemail for a child at home, just a recording, and they're like, hey, can you just say you're Ahsoka Tano and just say happy birthday or whatever it was at the time. And she did more than that. She literally did like a 2-minute voice recording in her Ahsoka Tano voice for this kid that wasn't even there. And I thought that was the most amazing thing, because they make money. The more autographs they sign, the more money they make. So her just doing that for free for a fan, that's really cool.
That's the type of person she is. And that's, and this is what I always say. And the really cool part is she knew that our community was revolved around Ahsoka. And that's like the theme. That's the character we all look up to, which is really beautiful. But the thing is about her, she actually embodies the character herself. She embodies the character. She is Ahsoka Tano. There's a lot of actors who portray characters not only in the, in the Star Wars universe, but in Marvel. And maybe off screen, they don't really represent the character as a whole, like their morals, their moral standpoint, who they are as a character. But she literally is Ahsoka Tano. Of course, Rosario plays her in live action. But, you say Ahsoka Tano, and the first thing I think of is Ashley. You say Ashley X, and the first thing I think of is Ahsoka, So, she is an incredible person, and it brought multiple tears to my eyes, multiple occasions. The more I watched it, I probably watched it over 100 times, and every single time it just hit me so hard, and it was beautiful, and it was so special. And I was really happy that I was able to do that as a Christmas present for everybody, and especially during a time like this. I think it's a new year now; it's a new beginning for many of us, so that's really beautiful. But it's something you could have for the rest of your life. You can always carry on with Ashley X and Ahsoka Tano wish me Merry Christmas. So that was fun.
A lot of we get the same questions all the time, and one thing is, what happens as a streamer or content creator? What really goes on behind the scenes? Do you just hit stream, do the stream, and then you're done? And we always tell them, no, we're always putting in the work outside of the stream. You put in a month's worth of work to get this done. What was because you don't use a webcam on your stream yet, so what's going on about 5 minutes before you're going to play the video? Like what's going through your head? You hit the play video button, and what starts going through your brain when your community is about to see this?
Well, if you want me to be totally honest with you, as I was playing it, I was making sure my mic wasn't on, so you don't hear sniffles, and I was making sure my desktop audio wasn't on, because I wanted to be because if usually when I play through OBS, I won't be able to hear it unless I open up another tab of the stream. Mm-hmm. So I had to open up another tab and mute my desktop. That was actually what was going through my mind, to make sure it was perfect. And I probably did 10 test streams the night before, the few days before, on a separate account, just to do different test streams, just to make sure it was working okay. And then you can't hear me or anything like that, because I just wanted to be in silence. I just wanted the message to get across. I just wanted it to be special. But yeah, no. That day, I probably had about 10 different scenes, like for specifically for that day, like the intro, because I did a little bit of intro video with it, and then this and that, and like you say, like there's a lot that goes into it. Like you and I probably spend more time outside the stream than inside the stream, actually.
Yeah.
You and I are speaking very late together, talking about like plans and stuff like that. And obviously, you and I, as streamers, are more than just streamers. We've become very good friends throughout this all. But yeah, I mean, it was really special, and a lot went into it, and a lot goes into everything that you and I do. So,
I remember when I did the Revan faction video, I made sure to put it in all caps. I took off all hotkeys, so I didn't actually hit a button and the video started playing, and it said all caps. The Revan faction video. So when I'm clicking around on OBS, I don't accidentally click it before it was like ready to be shown. That's what I was nervous about when I did mine.
It's the little things that you do to really just put as much time into it as possible and to make it special, because what a character like this means to you. So you can only imagine what it can mean to somebody else, maybe going through a more difficult time than you are. And I think one of the most important lessons that I've learned from this year, obviously it was definitely a different year for many of us. I know you have been streaming for a while, but you brought back your passion for streaming, specifically this year with YouTube as well, making Star Wars quick clips and actually pushing a lot of content. But this year at the beginning, if I looked at exactly a year ago today, it's like yesterday's New Year's from a year ago, I would have never expected to be in this situation right now. I'd never be in this place. All I knew is just that I love Star Wars. I love getting to know people, and I did love Battlefront 2. I was playing Battlefront 2 every day. And, it was just like a thing where I was just like, I just woke up and I just wanted to try new things. I wanted to try something. I was like, let me just give it a shot. And I was like, let me make some cool YouTube videos. I feel like I was okay at the game. So I'm like, I could make like maybe tips and tutorials and stuff like that. And I said, let me put streaming. I'll just stream for fun on the side and stuff like that. And I started streaming on the side, but then I was realizing I was streaming for like 6 hours a day. And I was like, okay, I kind of like this thing a lot. Like, and I'm really passionate. And, the few people that would at the time, the few people that would hang out with me every day, it was a lot of fun. And I was just, I don't know, we would just have good talks all the time. We just talk Star Wars. And from there, it was just became something where I'm like, yeah, I don't really see my life without this, and I'm sure you could feel the same exact way. Once it's in your life, you kind of don't want to see anything without it. So it's been really special to see how much you and I both have, how our lives have kind of changed over the course of the year. And I'm not the only one who could speak about that. I'm sure many others could relate, finding a new hobby, a new passion, a new activity that you enjoy doing, and really it has forced us to find new things in our life that we probably wouldn't have found without it. So I do see this entire pandemic situation, which I hope and I pray that things, are better soon, but without it, it's been a blessing in disguise in a way.
Exactly. That's the reason I started everything, was because I just had, there was no more jiu-jitsu. There's no more training. The gyms were closed. So I went to work and I'd come home and either just be able to watch TV or game. And at the time, there really wasn't a lot of games that I wanted to play. And I just found myself playing Supremacy like all the time. And then I would just get Aiden, and my goal was to get a 100 kill streak with Aiden. That's all it was. I was like, I'm just going to start streaming again. Because why not? And then I was like, and I did that for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I was like, well, I'm still a little bored. Let's go ahead and make the YouTube channel. So I did that. And then I was like, well, for me personally, when I do something, I don't want to halfway do it.
Exactly.
So I set some guidelines down for myself. I was like, at minimum, I'm going to do the YouTube channel for 6 months, and I'm going to try 100% at it. And to me, that was 3 to 4 uploads a week, get better every single video, figure out a series, promote it, and then do the same for Twitch. And then here we are. I started the YouTube channel in July. So yeah, right around, 6 months, 5-6 months. And now it's become more. So I'm definitely not going to stop. So I've reached that goal of 6 months, and we're going to keep going, because it's pretty amazing how everything's kind of unfolded. And it's a testament to anybody. If you write your goals down and you actually do it, like you get after it, and because how many nights, like we keep saying it, but we're not lying, guys. We stayed up to like 3 or 4 a.m. just trying to figure out the kinks or something to make something better.
And
that's what we did.
I think the cool part about it all is like how it unfolds in terms of the relationship you develop. You know, a year ago, I was hoping, not necessarily a year ago, and you can say a little after that, I was hoping that, you know, I was going to go to my first celebration ever. About a year ago, I was saying this, my first Star Wars celebration ever. In August of 2021. And I was actually really ready to go. Like, I was actually ready to go. I saved up a good amount. I didn't get any tickets. I wasn't like that much ahead, but like, I was like, you know, that would be something I could see myself doing. I know you were very well more planned than I was for it, because you have gone to multiple of them. I think you haven't missed one since 2015, I believe you said, or you haven't missed one since a certain year, I believe.
Yeah, my first one was in 2015, and I haven't missed one since.
Exactly. And so for me, I was like, okay, well, I want to really go. I want to meet other cool Star Wars fans, and I really want to like just do like be in a galaxy far, far away, because that's how I felt when I went to Galaxy's Edge. I was like, let me do this with Celebration. And I would say that it was really cool in a way, because I'm actually kind of grateful that there wasn't one. Crazy enough, because I was like, well, if I went, I would have just been alone. I wouldn't really have known anybody. I didn't have any like Star Wars friends at the time that would have wanted to go with me. But now here we are. Last night, you, myself, and a few of our streamer friends were talking about how we're literally going to have the best time of our lives a year from now, in about a year and a half from now, when we go to Celebration 2022. And the fact that we can even just talk about that, and how we could just bring everyone together, and how we've developed these relationships of just people who love Star Wars. Today, we were literally just binge watching the entire Mandalorian season 2 today. Yeah. And it was just like, you know, like obviously I've seen the season already. We all have, but it was just cool to hang out, just talk Star Wars, and just enjoy what we love. And the fact that we can correlate that and combine it with our love for a game that has been out for a few years, but consistently having new content with mods. Yeah. It's just like a heaven. It's like a wonderland. You know what I mean? And we have fun with it. And it's been a really, really, I think the beginning of the year was rough, but I think it's shifted into something more powerful and something more strong. And I think that's starting off with 2021. And I think it's just going to be only better from here, not only for yourself and myself and the communities, but all of us as individuals and all of us within our families and et cetera.
I just keep telling people, you know, like I'll just use him as an example. He won't mind. Sergeant Gaming. He always asks like, "Hey, should I do this or should I do this?" And my answer is always, "Yes, you should. You should always make that content. You should do it, upload it, then start making the next thing." Star Wars Theory said this. He said it best for me to like comprehend. Someone asked him on his stream. He's like, "What happens if one of your videos gets low views?" He's like, I don't even think about it, because by the time I hit upload, I'm already working on the next video. He's like, it's done, and then I move on to the next one.
That's actually very true. You know, and it's funny that you say that, because it was on Christmas. It was on the 23rd. You know, we had a fun event, but then I got into a voice call with one of our moderators, who's actually become a very good friend of mine, and we were in a voice call. And I was just like, yeah, that was so much fun. That was like the best day ever. But I'm like, okay, we could, you know, it's time to like, you know, do more now. Like I got to go back to work, because I want to like continue. And I was just, all I've been doing within the past week is just every day for about literally 3 hours a day, way more than that, but that's just a number. But, you know, just working on this new event for a very larger giveaway for this Darksaber that we've been working on. So it's like constantly a thing where we always look for improvements. And like, you know, there's like, obviously you're a streamer and myself as a streamer, but you know, you have you meet new people every day. You meet the people that are new to the game and are like, oh, I'm interested in perhaps purchasing this game. You know, I'm interested in perhaps playing this game, and which brings a smile to our face in a way, because it shows that's like, oh, people still, you know, this game has been out for 3 years, but it's still consistently growing. It's still, people are still looking to get in this game. You also have, and I know you do, because I've come by your streams before and I've actually helped answer questions, but you have come across people who have come by your streams that are personal streamers, maybe within Battlefront, maybe within another game. And they're all like saying things along the lines of, hey, I just started streaming. I don't feel like it's a struggle to get affiliate, or it is affiliated status is an average of 3 viewers and streaming over the course of 7 days and 50 followers. For those that don't know, but like I'm struggling, or I'm worried about this, or I'm worried about that. But like, if I like backtrack like 6 months ago, and if you backtrack, you know, from when you started streaming, you think about to yourself, you're like, you never really focused on any of that. You never like, you try to help in the sense of this person saying, hey, like, this is not what you should be worried about. If you love what you do, if you're having a great time and you're meeting people that like make you feel better about yourself, and not only feel better about yourself, but like, use it as an escape, then everything else will just fall into place. But like, that's the special part about it. And, you try and help those new people. And you and I, when we first started, I don't think necessarily we had a platform, I would say, because it took me about a whole month to get affiliate. And it took you, I'm sure it took you a while as well. So now when you have people that are just starting to stream, enter the community, they can receive affiliate. We've seen it, they've received affiliate in like a week and a half.
Yeah, I think, I can't remember the names of who, but yeah, there's been a few who we just met, and then in a span of like 3 or 4 days, because they already had, a couple streams under their belt, and then like, they come in and they communicate, they love Star Wars, they seem like decent people. Then you go on their streams, they are decent people, because you learn it, because you can't hide it on over a 2 or 3 hour course of a stream. Your bad tendencies will eventually come out. So if people realize that you give off good vibes and you're enjoying the content that you're making, then the viewership will easily be there, and then you'll get that affiliate in no time.
If you enjoy exactly. If you enjoy what you do, and like, you don't really put your mind on the wrong things, then like, you'll have the best time ever with this new passion, this new activity you've explored. So I thought that's really interesting. And I don't know, it's just really, it's really nice to, and like another thing you say, just do it, like just literally just press the live button. It's not really about like a production value. Yes, production is nice. You and I are very big on investing back into the stream. About 6 months ago, I was streaming off of a television from like 2005 that was like clunky, and I don't even know how my Xbox ran. I don't know, and I streamed from the Xbox application itself. But you don't really think about like production value or anything. Yeah, you want to have a nice setup, you want to have a nice LED lights or this and that, or a nice little post or whatever, or your saber next to you. But like, at the end of the day, it's like that all will come. Just start somewhere. We all start somewhere, and I don't know. It's just really nice to see.
I know Twitch doesn't save more than like 90 days of your broadcast, but if I know there's a few, actually, I put them on private, but on my Warrior Nerd YouTube channel, I have Halo streams from like 2015, and it looks like just trash, man. It really does. And then, but that's where I started, and then I quit and then come back, quit and come back. But when I came back in June, it almost looked the same. My room didn't really change that much. My webcam was facing that away, so all of this was in the stream. Grogu, the Revan Saber, all came in the last couple months. I didn't have my logo. My logo used to be the Fallen Order. For how long? What, at least all the way up until October. I would say September. Yeah, October, September.
I remember.
I had the Fallen Order logo. Literally I didn't even like get it from the internet. I took a picture of it from the Fallen Order art book, and then I used it and edited it on my phone, and I used that as my profile picture. So you don't need a fancy logo. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need to be a good person and just consistently make content and be, I think a good quality too is to be knowledgeable. I can't be a Revan themed channel if I don't know everything there is to know about Revan. I just can't. So that's why I'm always rereading Revan book. I'm always on Wikipedia reading about Revan. I'm always looking for the next Revan thing. When that Revan concept art came out about Rise of Skywalker, I was all over that, man. I was like zooming in, is this really Revan and all that stuff. So just enjoy what you do, and everything else will come into place. I'm a firm believer of that.
I mean, my first few streams looked like it was streamed off of a microwave, like straight from a microwave from IKEA. Like, it was horrible. Like, I had it, like, you think I'm kidding. Like, it would be like a fortunate day. Like, it would be funny because, like, when I first started streaming, it was very small. There was only a bunch, like, I couldn't even count it on my fingers. That meant, like, it was just so many, like, so few. We would like make jokes because it would be like, oh yeah, like, oh my God, like, he was actually able to do a 3-hour stream without his internet crashing, because it would be like a blissful day if like my internet didn't crash, because my internet was like horrible.
I remember the sound issues too that you were having. Like, what did the sound? The sound would like cut out for like 20 seconds.
So I had to play like Star Wars music constantly and try to play it off like nothing happened. But it was like, it literally every day I would stream, I would be like stressed out, because I'm like, oh my God, I just can't deal with this stuff. And that's why I said, like, I'm done with all that. Let me just invest into a PC. And then the PC obviously changed everything. But like, like you said, it's not really like you.
Dude, that it just jarred a memory. I remember in June, I switched from Spectrum to AT&T Internet, and for some reason, there was a setting wrong, and every about 45 minutes or so, all the internet would just flicker, and it wouldn't kick me from my stream or kick me out of the game, but the stream on Twitch would turn off, and then about 20 seconds later it'd come back on, and then my original people in the stream knew that. So if there was any new people on the stream, they're like, he'll be right back, 30 seconds, 45 seconds from now.
It was like a regular thing. But like, you can like look back on it and like smile and like laugh about it, like make fun of yourself even, I was not knowledgeable in anything like at all. Like I didn't really know like anything at all. Like when I started. So it's really cool to see like the people that we meet, the things that we've learned, and now that we can take all those things into a new year and just make it really special. And I know for the both of us, there's this is like you and I didn't really stream consistently at this time of the year a year ago today. So this is really nice to enter these months all together, to spend birthdays with this community, to spend other holidays like, Christmas and New Year's, which was so much fun, Halloween, Thanksgiving, even like 4th of July, stuff like that. So it's really nice to enter this time of the year all together. And not only as like a gaming community, but as a Star Wars, and knowing in the back of our heads, we are a year from today, we enter 2022, and we are going to Celebration. We are getting Ahsoka. We are getting Cassian. We are getting Kenobi. We're getting all the Mandalorian Season 3, Boba. So much is going to happen next year. And, even this year we have Lego Star Wars in March, which will be so much fun to enter. And I'm not throwing shots anywhere. I'm not throwing shade anywhere, but it's going to be so much fun to enter a new game together and actually play the game for a little while. Not like Squadrons, where we played it for like 2 days and then that was it.
Right.
But, it'll be nice to enter new games together, new content, have fun. We just watched the entire Mandalorian Season 2 together. Every single week we did it, and you and I were able to discuss it. Last year I had no one to speak about Mandalorian Season 1 with. I would just watch it by myself and be like, okay, cool episode. Loved it. Just will go on with my life, And now we can just debate about it, have predictions for the next episode and all this fun stuff. And Bad Batch this year, and like it's just so much to look forward to. It's like literally nothing but excitement. So it's like, it's amazing.
It's really cool to look at. Not even, just if you could go in the future, as long as I say this to you all the time, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, putting in the work, improving on all that work every time. So if you make a video, always figure out what you did wrong on it and then improve. Same with your streams, which I know you do that. I know a couple others, Director Chronic, Boba Fett, do that. And I encourage everybody to look at each stream as a learning experience. Did you have downtime in the stream? Did you have a lull in your viewership? What were you doing that, just look at ways that you can improve. And if you keep doing that every day, this time next year, I promise your community or whatever it is you're trying to achieve is going to be better. And that's why 2021 is really exciting, because both of us started out in 2020 with nothing. So now we finally have created something pretty cool here. And in 2021, I know which we'll talk about closer to the end. We'll talk about your Darksaber contest. But yeah, we both have something, a lot of big things planned for 2021, and it's exciting. With the Lego coming out, that's going to be one of those games that's just chill, a chill day, like a chill Sunday stream. So that'll be fun.
But it is something to look forward to, and it's just, I don't know, just new Star Wars things just gets me excited, and obviously you and I know Halo is going to be delayed, but you have
November 15th, but it'll get here.
a while. But
we'll do things. Yeah, and with the new computer, I'm thinking about playing a little bit of Escape for Tarkov. Not necessarily have to stick with Star Wars, but when it comes time for Star Wars content, it'll be time for Star Wars content. We will focus most of it, but in the lull period to the Bad Batch, there can be days where you can throw in another game. I know you've been looking. Well, we've both been looking at Star Wars: Old Republic, but that game is just a time consumer that we're both looking for time with what we're doing.
I love SWTOR has been something that you and I have played off stream together. Yeah. That's been nothing short of amazing so far. That I'm actually looking to incorporate in streams very soon. With at least once a week. Give or take. So I'm extremely looking forward to playing some SWTOR. I mean, let's just say I had a little fun the other day, and I was just browsing, and I'm like, okay, well, I kind of need this, and I kind of need that, and then I ended up spending $60, $70 on the game. Well, worth every single penny, because I was going to make sure that this woman behind me was going to be on my screen with a red saber, so I had to make that happen. But it was a lot of fun. And that's going to be something that we're definitely going to be playing together, streaming together. So that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to everything this year. I think Christmas, I think the holiday season was amazing. I think December was such a fun time. Obviously a lot of us are going back to school, and a lot of us are going back to our regular work schedules and etc. But it's going to be so much fun entering this year all together as one. So
definitely, man, I'm definitely excited. And if you guys have any type of questions or anything that you want to ask us off stream or right now about streaming or anything, just let us know.
You can just drop them in the chat and we'll review them a little bit towards the end, but we'll discuss a few more things and then we'll get into that.
What did you think? Have you been able to watch the behind the scenes of The Mandalorian?
I did. Actually, right before we got into this broadcast, I was actually finishing up. I did not finish all of it. I did not finish the last 10 minutes of it. Mm-hmm. But I had to make sure I wanted to go to at least to the scene where, obviously, episode 5. But I watched it actually a few times, as a matter of fact. But I just rewatched it right before we got in here, and it was absolutely stunning. One part I really liked about it, when we're talking about the Disney The Gallery of The Mandalorian Season 2, it was such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing that they do. And I really enjoyed the Season 1 when they did it last year. So seeing Season 2 it again, and now they're seeing all these characters you want to know, you're curious to see how they made it, to see what really went behind the scenes. And one thing that I really like, I don't know if you noticed this, but when they were doing the graffiti art in episode 1, when they were doing all the graffiti art and they were painting everything, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau actually painted a little bit of their own things, and Dave Filoni put the Fulcrum logo, and I thought that was really cool. His own little taste touch to it. But I'm always like a nerd when it comes to this stuff. I'm always like, oh my god, how did they make this? How did they do this? And obviously it was weird seeing Bo remove her helmet, and it was a stunt actress. I was like, oh great. But because you don't want to think that you're like, no, that's Katie the entire time. But it's just so cool to see how they make those things, and I'm really enjoying that they do it. And obviously it's not new Star Wars content. It's not oh my god, brand new content, but it's something nice to keep us going for the next 8 weeks, give or take. So it's really cool that they added. I'm really happy they do that.
I love that stuff, man. I always buy the art of books, just show how the early concepts are never what you finally get on screen. Like the original Kylo Ren is completely different than what we got on screen. And then if you're knowledgeable in that stuff, it makes in Rise of Skywalker, the throne and the Emperor's throne at the end is an old Ralph McQuarrie concept art. So when they do the behind the scenes, it's just little things like that you can see that they really do pay attention. Even when they're filming the Jabba's barge scene in Return of the Jedi, they're in the desert, so and it's in the 70s, early 80s, so it's the guy's filming with the sound boom, and he's just in pink swimming trunks. Well, in the behind the scenes, a guy's just wearing pink swimming trunks just to show nostalgia to the original crew that filmed the original movies, which is literally you don't get anything out of it on screen, but when you watch the behind the scenes, it's just really cool. Like, wow, they're these, even the sound boom guy loves Star Wars enough to do that.
It's awesome. It's awesome. There's just so many little cool details. I was actually looking because I know I have the Rise of Skywalker visual dictionary. I was really big on that, and I was like being a little nerd and reading into it, which really has some cool facts in it. But like, yeah, it's really cool to see those type of things. And like I said before, it's just it's like a, I don't know. It's just so different the way we view Star Wars now. Because I was telling you this, like, midway through season 2, it was like after episode 4, episode 5 was about to begin. We knew it was going to be titled The Jedi, and I told you, I was like, I hope like after today, we're not going to be seeing the Star Wars universe the same anymore.
Yeah,
like, we're not going to be things the same anymore. And now here we are, which was what happened between episodes 5 through 8 of Mando, and now we're seeing Star Wars in a whole different limelight. Now we were like, we had knowledge of one thing that we were going to get next year. We were knowledgeable that we were going to get a Cassian Andor, Kenobi, and Mando season 2. But now it's like, oh my God, we are going to be getting so much content in these next few years. And you and I could honestly agree on this, that like we're entering an era of Star Wars that's absolutely amazing. So it's so much to look forward to this year. It's so exciting, and like I keep saying this, but like I wouldn't rather be on the journey with like anybody else besides you and this entire family that we have, and it's just so special.
Yeah, because I like everybody's opinions on everything. Like I know we have like the watch party group, the consistent people that go to the watch parties, and I'm already like ready for the Bad Batch just so we can get back in those watch parties and just we're in. For me, it ends. Normally, the show would end at like 2:45, and then we're in the watch party chat till like 4 a.m. just talking. There's just always and then watching it. So
I did have one question. Is it like, and I can't find it anywhere, but there is really no confirmed date for the Bad Batch series. I thought it was going to be February, but
yeah, that's what I've always heard too. But there's not like an actual date. So hopefully, I don't see any reason why it would get delayed.
But is it like? Is there confirmation that it will come in February though? Because I see no sign of that absolutely anywhere. So I'm a little bit.
It is concerning, but I imagine. I mean, it's one of those things when we get it, we'll get it. Unfortunately, I'm hoping it's February. But I guess we'll have to figure. I guess everybody will need to do research on that. I definitely know it. The last confirmed time was just February in general. They didn't really say February 1st or the 28th, just February. So with that,
obviously we'll do weekly watch parties for that. Have fun with that. I mean, that's one of my favorite arcs, the Bad Batch. The trailer was amazing. So the content that we're getting is absolutely incredible. And for gaming, EA did say they're going to double down on projects. So we'll see what we get within the projects, within gaming projects, which I'm hopeful for. Obviously, you and I have our wishes and a little wish list, and HV only type of game, so many things. But those are just things that we're just totally unaware of right now that I'm sure we'll find out very soon.
I actually have something that we could talk about, the High Republic. The first book comes out in 3 days, and I'm gonna get the book. It's pre-ordered. I'm gonna read it and listen to the audiobook because as a YouTube channel, I have to get content out fast. So my goal is when it comes out to read it whenever I get spare time, and if I'm not reading, I'm listening to it. Yeah. So then I can just skip, and then hopefully I can get it done within the first day or two. If it's an 8-hour audiobook and I'm reading, then I can just listen to it, when I go to the gym or anything like that.
Definitely be pre-ordering that for sure.
It's going to be very difficult to see. Let me try to share screen real quick. The wording is it's going to make it difficult to see on screen. This Crispy Bacon 334 is in the chat, located this for us. But what we originally thought, so Yoda's already on the Jedi Council and he's a master, and he's not the Grand Master. There's actually two, Yaril Poof and Opa. These names are forgive me about these names. You have Oppo Rancis and Yarel Poof. It looks like they have two Grand Masters, so that's really cool. This area up here, seems to be the characters that we've been getting the most of as far as concept art goes. This one right here has the cross guard lightsaber, and very curious. This one down here has an orange saber. But they're only going to make this is really cool up here, phase 1.
Yeah.
So is phase 2? I don't think they're just going to stick to books. Yeah. And I know the Acolyte.
Definitely get, like, the Acolyte will take place during the High Republic era, but it'll be interesting to see what other content we get besides books. So we're going to get comics. That's already announced. We're definitely going to get comics for that. It's just, I don't know. There's just so many different things that we're going to get. So that's really interesting to see what kind of eras are going to be explored. High Republic, we're going to get a lot of New Republic content very soon. So I'm super stoked for all of that, as a matter of fact. And that's really exciting. That's really exciting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm believing that they're finally going to give us a Yoda something where he's the main character and the focus. Yeah. And I think it's going to be in the phase 2 of the High Republic, and that could take, could be years after we get all these TV shows. But man, I just can't imagine a movie where
you can have a High Republic Yoda emote already, basically with the hood. So that would be really amazing to see if we do get him, like in terms of like a
oh my god
series or a movie or something like that, or maybe there's something unannounced that we don't know yet about the High Republic era that we're supposed to get. So that'd be really sick. That would be really sick.
Those weird that Yoda's not at the very top. When I first looked at the infographic, it appeared that he was a Jedi Knight, but when you look deeper into the small print, he is already a Jedi Master. But he's on the council, so his opinion is probably highly regarded, but not the most highly regarded, which would be really weird to see Yoda. I would be
underdog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lower than everybody else.
Where when it comes time for the majority decision, they're not asking Yoda. They're asking the 2 Grand Masters, which would be really weird because you're like, we always see Yoda as our father figure, our teacher, our principal, that he knows all. So it'd be weird to see that moving forward.
3 days, you said, correct?
Yeah, the first book comes out January 5th. And it's called The Light of the Jedi, I think. But it's a novel, and it should be. I'll let you guys know. Like I said, I'm going to try to speed read it and consume as much info as I can, and then get the audiobook as well.
Yeah. This is the one. Okay, cool. Let me share that. So you get that on Amazon. A bunch of different places where you can get that from. I've seen that everywhere, as a matter of fact. We see a Wookiee Jedi with a cross guard. That's going to be sick. That's going to be awesome. That's going to make for some really cool content. It'd be really cool if they even touched on that within the gaming part of Star Wars to get some High Republic. I don't know. It's just an area. It's just an era that's not really explored so much.
I was talking about that on stream the other day. I was like, how mad are the Battlefront 2 devs that they could have had a whole High Republic DLC for this week, and then you get all these characters right here we're looking at. You could add every single one, 3 villains, 3 good guys, and the community would have exploded over that. Like we would have had, I guarantee you it would have been a 20,000 total viewership for Battlefront 2, because right now we hover around 600 to 800. We would have had 20K for sure. Yeah,
well, you also look at like The Mandalorian Season 2. The type of maps that could have been in Mandalorian Season 2. You could have had like, you have like your Ewok hunt little like fun game mode. You could have easily had something along the lines of like the Crate Dragon. You know what I mean? Or you could have had like the various maps that like we've seen throughout the entire season. The ice planet that we saw, like little stuff like that. Like, oh my God. Or like the cruiser, the light cruiser that Gideon's on. Like little stuff like that. It would have been heroes that could have been added. There's just so many. Yeah, they pulled the plug, but for me personally, there's just so much that still could have been added, and especially now that we're entering this time of Star Wars, that there's just going to be so much content. The gaming industry needs to really jump on top of that, because
that's what I'm.
Roller coaster of Star
That's
Wars.
What I'm hoping. They took those devs and they said, "Hey, you got to quit working on Battlefront 2 updates because we're working on this now."
Battlefield. which is an amazing game. But obviously, as Star Wars fans, we're going to be biased.
Yeah. So hopefully there is a Star Wars game being worked on, because they could easily come out with one now where you have the High Republic era, Galactic, First Order era, all that stuff with all these new heroes, and just straight up be the be all end all of games for Star Wars.
And it's amazing. It's just amazing, the type of content, and thank God for mods, like we talked about earlier. Thank God for mods, because the mods are keeping this game alive. The mods are keeping this game fresh, and they're giving us the content that we normally wouldn't have gotten.
Right. Which leads us into what we're doing, the most we can do to keep Battlefront 2 moving along. You're doing a Darksaber contest. Only one can rule, and they need the Darksaber, right?
Correct. So what this is a tournament, technically a tournament of what you can consider on the road to max. So obviously I did a road to max Ahsoka, you did a road to max Iden. Now I had the vision of everybody being able to be a part of something special. You know what I mean? I didn't want it to just be a thing where I have a max character and you have a max character. Well, I wanted everyone to have a chance to do this, because I had so much fun doing it. And I'm like, why not all of us do it? You know what I mean? So what this is, and I will share my screen in 1 second. So we did a trailer for it just the other day. And what it is you submit your characters that you want to achieve on the road to max. You have until April 10th, which is actually my birthday. I kind of did that on purpose. And what you do is you have until April 10th to come up with a max level character. Max level is 1,000. You must start under level 200 by January 15th. You have to submit your characters, and you have up to 1 extra entry. So obviously we see a bunch of different characters. So this Count Dooku is level 112. This boss is 55. Obviously you see a second submission. The second submission can be any level. The first character needs to be under level 200. The second character can be any level. I'm sure there's a few. For example, I know that. Yeah, I know Chronic had his. So his is 191, which is under 200, and the second was 348. So you have until January 15th to submit that.
I'm way back in the boat.
Right here. These are your two right here. You have your Revan and you have HK. So those two will be absolutely amazing. I mean, you're already picking for having PC for only a day or two. You're already level 40 and 30. You're gonna get it in no time. And you and I've been through the road to max, so you know how it is. 3 months is more than enough time, I believe. It'll be a fun experience for everybody. These are Bobas, level 173 Lando Calrissian and a 320 Boba. So. Surprise, Peter. But yeah, so it's a fun community event to do, and not only within just our community, but within all Battlefront. In all Battlefront 2, you get a chance to do something special and have a max level character, and be able to showcase your skills. So it's definitely a fun experience, and I'm super stoked for it. And I'm super stoked to see everyone's rested submissions and to get it started. And only one person can wield the Darksaber. So at the end, on April 10th, we will be giving away a Force FX Black Series. I mean, the Darksaber itself. So that'll be really fun.
Which is the same company and the same model that makes this Revan saber. It's just going to be Darksaber. So I mean, it's going to be legit. I mean, this thing, you got sound effects, changes color. So I imagine the Darksaber is going to have somewhat the same type of mechanics behind it. I mean, doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it's legit. And we literally just said, well, we're never going to do anything bigger than the lightsaber giveaway from Galaxy's Edge, and here he is.
I don't know. I was just literally just on. It was on Christmas Day, and I was just doing a bunch of stuff, and I was just on GameStop's website, and I was like, oh my god, the Darksaber looks really cool. And I'm like, let me just order one, and I'll just see what I do from there with it. I just wanted to order it. And I was just like, okay. And I pre-ordered it. And I messaged you. I was like, hey, did you pre-order yours? And you're like, yeah, I did. I'm like, okay, well, let's make that 2 of us. And I'm probably not going to keep it. So just give it to one special person that'll have a road to max. We'll have a level max character. So that'll be fun. So 3 months until then. So that'll be really amazing experience. Obviously, it doesn't release until June 1st. So it's under pre-order. But when it does arrive, that will be very special. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, the coolest thing about this, to me, is that your giveaway gets people playing the game.
Yeah.
So it just, whether that be 5 or 50 or 100 people more playing the game, anytime, it's crazy how many people come in my stream and they're like, is this game still worth getting?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. It's literally like at most a $19.99, a $20 game, and you're getting the amount of content on this $20 game. It doesn't compare to anything else. Like there's so many game modes. So, and then we've been harping the whole episode on PC. If you have it now, then it's unlimited what you can do with the game almost. So
basically, and it's just my way of, I want to really. I know this game hasn't been. I mean, the fact that it's like this game has been out since 2017. There's a lot of people within the community that are on Xbox and PS4, so they don't have the opportunity to have that new content like we do with the mods. So this is kind of my way of saying, here's your new content. Here's something to look forward to finally in the game, because the only thing you really look forward to within the game is triple XP on Wednesdays, double XP on the weekends. You have your reinforcement events and stuff like that. They missed out on the unlimited power event that was supposed to be on January 1st. Hopefully they do it on May the 4th, which is basically, in a nutshell, all heroes that you select are like 500 battle points, and it's literally like a big heroes versus villains fest in Galactic Assault. It's craziness. It's so much fun. So this is here, take this, and this is something you can look forward to in Battlefront 2, and that you can work on, that you can have fun with. So it'll be definitely a fun event. Looking forward to it. I definitely can't wait to see you get another max character. You're gonna have 3 max characters.
I'm hoping for 3, but I will have, no matter what, I will have 2 by the time April 10th rolls around.
Yeah, well, you already have your second submission, which could be your item, which is already maxed. So I will definitely be on the road to max with you. I am going for Bo-Katan, so I will be on the Rebellion. You will be on. Oh, you're going to be on First Order. You'll have fun. The First Order is fun. The maps, because I did it when I was cooking, the maps are a pain sometimes. I always skipped Jakku Graveyard, and I always skipped Asian Kloss because of the walkers and stuff like that. But the whatchamacallit, Rebellion and Empire are the most fun. So we're going to be switching roles. Now I'm heading to the Imperial era.
So we had a few questions. Shine Darkly asked, what Star Wars character deserves their own movie or show that has not been announced or rumored to be?
Do you want to answer that first? I'll give you my opinion.
Yeah, I always go to, which everyone's like, really, how could you? And it's Darth Bane. I picked Darth Bane because Revan is such a difficult character to portray. So I never pick Revan. And you can still get Revan through Bane because all of Bane's philosophy and works of being a Sith come from when Revan was a Sith. So you could always refer to him and expand on his canon character through Bane. And Bane already has 3 novels that they can pull Legends lore from and create this character. And it'd be really hard to mess him up. He's a physical, he's a tank, a Vader style character. And then he has an apprentice, Darth Zana. She would be more difficult to portray on screen because she has more character and the way she speaks and stuff. So I think that series would be good, and I'd want it to be a trilogy, one for each novel. So that's my pick.
Yeah. Mine would be Maul. I mean, I spoke about that the other day on stream. Mine would be Darth Maul, personally. Now, it's something that was mentioned within the gallery. It was something like, with Boba. It's like that character's always been a mystery, and you like to have that mystery side effect to those type of characters. Maul has been a mystery, yes, but they really expanded on his character development through Clone Wars and Rebels, similar to what they're doing with Boba. Boba was a mystery. Now they're exploring on his character a little bit with Mandalorian, and now he's going to have his own series. You know what I mean? But I do like that little mystery effect to these type of characters, these lone wolves that have gone through everything and have to go up against everything. So seeing a Maul series. Now, who would play it? I don't know. How? I don't know. Would it be awesome to have a post solo Crimson Dawn Ray Park Maul? That would be my dream. That would be absolutely amazing. I think it could be done. But I would love to see more Maul during that era between Crimson Dawn, his post solo Revenge of the Sith, all up until where he leads up to in Rebels, something along those lines. And obviously, I would love to see something else we're obviously going to get Ahsoka, but I would love to see what really, really happened post season 7 with Ahsoka and Rex. Like, how did they separate? What's Rex's story? More Rex would be something that I would love. I would love to see more of him. But yeah, besides that, I would say those are my main two. I'm very obviously big on the Clone Wars, as if you couldn't tell. So yeah.
And I guess my other one would be one that we already talked about would be Yoda, because we have 900 years of missions that he's been on, and I'm sure a couple of them are pretty cool. So let's get some of that.
Cool experiences with some cool people throughout his time. So seeing some Yoda would be great. Younger Yoda.
Here is another question from Sean Darkley. Where this is actually pretty. I should have told you about it beforehand, so you could have thought about it. But where do you see Star Wars in 100 years?
Alive.
Yeah. So what I tried to picture, what technology will humans have access to 100 years from now? Depending, we can, everything's still, normal. I can pretty much play games or, whatever. I would imagine that it's going to be a Ready Player One style video game where I just put on my VR headset and I can hop in. So Star Wars, I don't think would have any movies at that point. You would literally have the Star Wars universe inside of whatever supercomputer is out 100 years from now. So me and you are like, hey man, when you get off, if we were alive 100 years from now, you'll be like, hey man, when you get off work, you want to meet up on Corbin and go explore the tombs of Marco Ragnos, and you'd be like, yeah man, I'll be there at 4.
I'm on my way.
You just go there, man, and we just walk. And you can feel the sand. We know we both hate sand, but you could go and feel it. I mean, that's what I think would be 100 years from now.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
the thing is, it's like it was really cool about Star Wars is that every single film has always been about 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. If you showed me the prequels right now, I could have honestly tell you, that just came out last year. It looks like it came out last year. You showed me the sequels, same exact thing. You showed me the originals. Obviously, the originals is a little bit more behind, but it was still, at the time that it came out, it was still 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. Every movie produced by, directed by George Lucas, written by George Lucas, is ahead of its time, always. So the fact that you're thinking, oh my God, wow, we might need to do a separate podcast on where the places we'd like to go in VR.
That'd be really, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and write it down.
It's an updated Star Wars MMO RPG game. Where you're actually SWTOR is amazing, but imagine SWTOR with Battlefront 2 graphics.
Oh yeah,
fans would drool. I'm already just thinking about it. But imagine now that 100 years from now in VR, you're a bounty hunter. You can literally see through your helmet, and you look down on your Beskar armor. You're just rolling around.
And then like a loot crate, you open it up and it has lore. One of the coolest things I've done or I found out about Star Wars in the last couple months is when I was making the video about Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. I don't read the comics, so I never really know about him until I read about him. Luke in the Kylo Ren series, so Luke travels post Return of the Jedi to all these ancient dark side Sith temples and Jedi temples. And I was like, man, if I could be in Luke's shoes, what? That's one of the coolest things you can do is picture yourself as Luke Skywalker. He's a Jedi Knight, not a Master. He just defeated Vader and Palpatine. And he's pretty much lost at this point. He's accomplished his mission, but he still wants to be a Jedi Master. Yeah. So he goes to Corbin. I keep using that as an example, but he goes to Corbin. And then he finds a Sith temple, and he walks through it. It's cold in there. Yeah. You don't know what's around each corner. Yeah. You're questioning your skills at this point. What could be behind door number 2, door number 3? Yeah. It'd be really cool to experience. be like a fly on the wall of Luke Skywalker doing that. And if all you have to do is put on a headset, and then picture you're just Luke's just walking, and then it's door 1 or 2, and then you just type in. Door 1, and then Luke goes behind door 1, and you see what he does. I know it's 100 years from now, Sean Darkley.
I know, but
you're ruining my day because it's too cool.
Freak out inside. Because you know what? I know you say 100 years, but
VR like that could be
20, or maybe even less. To be honest with you,
I'll be a 70-year-old man with my VR headset on. I don't care.
Didn't even exist. So Just imagine. It's something to think about. That's a really cool question. It's a really cool question.
Like I know you were talking about it too. With our computers now, we can get a VR. I desperately want to play that Vader Immortals
in the Galaxy's Edge game, which really looked cool as well. Vader and Immortal looked amazing. I've seen many other streamers stream it. And I look at a lot of YouTube videos on it. It looked really cool. There's also an event you can do if you go to, I don't know if they have it in the West Coast, but I know in the East Coast, if you go to Disney World, in Disney Springs, they have a, I was going to do it, but I because of time and everything that happened during the pandemic, it was like so much going on at once.
Yeah.
But there is an event you can do. I think it's about like a 15 to 30 minute experience. I forgot what it was called, but you enter, you're basically a spy for the New Republic. You're a spy. Actually, I think it takes place during the rebellion. You're a spy for the rebellion. You basically wear a whole stormtrooper fit, and you go to Mustafar, and you need to get intel. And you're on Mustafar. You're literally it's absolutely crazy. I forgot what it was called, but it's such an amazing experience. I can try and pull that up as a matter of fact. But that is also in VR, and it gave me like Vader Immortal type of vibes from it, which is really cool. VR experience. It's sick. It's awesome. Secrets of the Empire. That's what it's called. Secrets of the Empire. Perfect game. Yeah, of course. I'll share my screen real quick. This is absolutely amazing.
See, I've never even heard about this.
You're basically yeah. And this takes place. It's called The Void. So The Void, they have many different experiences there that you can do from other different. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. It could be anything else. But this is like I guess you just go into here, and then from there it's just. I mean, you can literally see the picture from here. You're literally on Mustafar. You see Vader's castle in the background. You see Vader's interceptor up there, and you're basically just dressed up as a stormtrooper, as a spy. So that's really, really cool. I've never experienced it. I mean, she's having the time of her life, so I'm sure we would too. I've never experienced it, but definitely next time I go, I will most definitely. Be doing that.
The things that they could do with VR, they wouldn't be able to go back, I don't think, to like picture Anakin versus Obi-Wan. You have the VR headset and you're hovering around like a drone, and you got the Battle of Heroes playing on in the background, and you can watch it like that.
Well, I don't know if you know that. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know.
That'd be insane, man. I don't know how they would go back and remaster a movie to be able to do that, but you could do it for the next the next movie that's close to VR. That'd be crazy, man.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but there is a content creator. They make a lot of TikToks and YouTube videos. Very amazing content creator. So I will give them all the credit. Hello there _animation, and they are currently working on a very special project that they've been working on for a while, as a matter of fact. And what it is, it's a Clone Wars version of the Mustafar duel. So I can pull this up right here if you want to share that. But they are literally making their Clone Wars version of the Mustafar duel, and they use their own animation. And this literally looks like it's from like to believe that this is just a fan making this, and it's almost finished. The project's almost finished. I've been looking at updates. Like I've been obsessed with this. Like they've been making updates left and right.
Oh my goodness.
Like the way they make this animation and everything, it's absolutely stunning. And that's actually going to be released really soon, that they've been talking about. But just look at this; it's amazing.
When they clashed, that was crazy.
Yeah, and this is just a fan making this. This is just a fan making this. This is not a Dude,
people are so talented.
Dave Filoni. No, this is literally simply just. It's absolutely amazing. So that's going to be exciting. And I think fans are, you see those fan films. I mean, Star Wars fan films are one of my favorites personally. I love watching Star Wars fan films, like, the Vader versus Obi-Wan duel remastered. So many cool things. So Star Wars is in good hands, both from a standpoint from Disney and the fans and gaming and us content creators. So I'm really excited for everything this year, man. And I'm super stoked to be on this journey with you and everybody here. So
exactly, man. Where can they find you this week? What's the next thing you got on the schedule?
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we will be back live every single Sunday. For the past 2 Sundays, everyone has convinced me to do a 12-hour stream. It will not be a 12-hour stream tomorrow. I don't think so. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow.
The the last time I was in there on your last 12-hour stream, I want everybody to listen to this. This man said the stream is going to end. I could picture him looking at the clock. He said the stream is going to end in 32 minutes. I go away. 4 hours later, I get back on Twitch. Serpent streaming. I was like, so I come in there. I literally said that exact. Man said 32 minutes. The stream would end 4 hours later.
You're long overdue for a 12-hour stream. So if you don't stream for 12 hours on Wednesday, you and I are gonna have issues.
So I'm gonna attempt to do a long form stream on Wednesday. I cannot guarantee 12 hours, but we'll see how it goes. So 12 hours might be a little far fetched, but we'll get in at least a 5 to 6 hour stream. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, and
then you're gonna end up.
But tomorrow, I'm working on more YouTube. I have a new YouTube video out today. I'm wrapping up the Jedi Civil War and the chronology series, and then we'll do one more chronology series to finish the Jedi Civil War, and then we're going to start churning out the High Republic content whenever I get that book in 3 days.
Awesome.
And then, of course, I'm streaming again my normal time on Monday at 3:30 Central. So you talked about the Darksaber. The only other thing that I have to say is on the 15th of January, we're going to, my community, if you're in the stream or if you hang out, we're going to explore the lower levels. So that's all I'll say.
We're heading back down there, huh?
Yeah, we're heading back down there. Bring your torches. We're going back down to the lower levels.
I'll be with you for that.
All right, man. Other than that, may the force be with y'all. Peace.